Mythbusters was a huge part of my childhood.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch, if you're like around our age, like early 20s, and didn't watch Discovery Channel, like the good shit, get the fuck out of here. Dirty Jobs,
Canada's worst driver.
Canada's worst drivers.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah, dude.
God
it was literally
damn,
a
dude.
reality show just showing all these awful drivers failing at a driving school. And there's just a bunch of fucking Canucks. They're like, "Oh, hello, I'm bad at driving, eh?"
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't you know?
I couldn't not hit a cone. I'm sorry.
It's like,
That's
it's
fucking
ridiculous.
hilarious. That's what
There's, like,
passes for Canadian entertainment. That's so goddamn funny.
Canada's worst driver, Canada's worst home improver, Canada's worst.
It was just a series of, because I'm pretty sure we have like America's Best.
Yeah,
like
it's
we
all
have like
America's Best.
HGTV, like America's Best home decorator.
Meanwhile, Canada's like, look at these fucking idiots.
Oh,
Look at these fucking idiots.
Look at this boo-side moron, eh? All right, here we are. So today, you're joining us outside, in the shade, under this beautiful umbrella, on a beautiful day. We're recording this on Easter Sunday, so happy Easter to all you out there. The coolies, whatever we want to call you cool-ass fans.
And to accompany your nativities, some native construct.
Indeed.
Oh, wait, no. Nativities are Christmas, aren't they?
Close enough.
Oh, well.
Another thing the Catholics stole from the pagans. It is what it is.
Life and death is the same thing.
Life and death is the same thing. So yeah, today we're going to be listening to Native Construct's one and only album. It was released in 2014 or 15? 2015.
2015.
And the name of this album is
Quiet World.
Quiet World
It
by
was
Native
released on
Construct.
April 21st. So close. To that,
So close.
That magic number, that paradigm.
A paradigm shifting number. The day Hitler was born.
I mean, hey, Hitler had one nut. Native Construct releases one album.
Hey man,
Coincidences.
we just need one more single point in the triangle to form the Illuminati.
Exactly, dude.
The 420nati.
Wait, wrong speaker system. I need pool.
I was playing it somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm playing it in somewhere else in the house. Oh no. It's gonna be playing all the way down there too, so the shotgun should pick it up.
Nice.
Although it's super, that might. Well, no, the music's not playing directly at it. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
We'll see.
That's our job to worry about, not yours.
For us doing this in post, the music started 22 seconds ago.
All right.
So there.
Thank
that's
you for
how
that.
That's how we'll know. Damn, this is a total fucking shift from the rap and the Action
It is.
Bronson and Mac Miller we've been listening to.
Yeah. So we went from Sylvia Demo to Mac Miller. If you want,
no, actually, the
well,
very first episode,
yeah,
we
I was
listened to
gonna
Latin
say.
Grammys.
I was gonna say.
Or not Latin Grammys, only for Dolphins.
Only for Dolphins. Yeah, we started this this show with an incredible album.
Yeah,
Only
dude.
for Dolphins.
Underrated
However,
album.
that episode is that's in the lost category right now. You might see that one day, but right
These
now,
days.
consider Sylvia Demo in De Woods to be episode 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
You
Fucking
probably didn't miss that much.
Episode 3 though.
Episode 3. Here we
Yeah,
are.
it is
So
episode 3.
one of the things I wanted to jump into was
Yeah.
Kong vs. Godzilla.
Oh, fucking Kong vs. Godzilla, dude. What a fucking...
So you want to prime the audience with what you watched previously to get ready?
Oh, I watched Shin Godzilla, directed by Hideaki Anno. That blew my fucking mind. Like, I have low expectations for kaiju movies to begin with, because I watched Godzilla 2014 as my initiation into the genre. Fucking miserable. I'm not miserable. Just there was more character development than monster fights, and that's just ain't it. But anyway, I watched Shin Godzilla, and the fights in that, like the time the monster was on screen, he wasn't really doing much. Godzilla wasn't really doing much of anything most of the time. He was just kind of walking around and taking punishment. But like his presence was just, it was omnipresent. It was insane. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it, but
Yeah. Omnipotent, omniscient, all the omni
it's just like-
words.
yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, today's accompaniment was hand-picked.
Yeah, it's all good though.
You need an ash? We didn't think about the ash, folks.
But anyway, Shin Godzilla, unlike every other kaiju movie, doesn't have a boring first act. The first act actually makes sense.
That's you.
Yeah. It's me to smoke? Like the rest of it? You serious?
Indeed.
You're just like, I don't like it.
No, I enjoy it, but
yeah,
I need to stay on the
I'm
ball.
trailing off a lot here, but anyway, fucking Shin Godzilla. Unlike other kaiju films, man, movies. I'm not a fucking cinephile. I want to say films. Unlike other movies, doesn't fucking have a slow first act. The first act makes sense, and the humans aren't just a bunch of bumbling idiots. They're bureaucrats. So they're still
a
idiots.
special kind of bumbling idiot.
They're idiots, but they're not bumbling.
Unfortunately,
They're organized.
my viewing of Shin Godzilla was cut off by my wage slavery timing, so I have yet to finish it. And from what I saw, it was incredible. I watched the original Godzilla from 2014. I didn't see King of the Monsters because I didn't really give enough of a fuck about Ghidorah, but this was a marked difference. Apparently I should have, and we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shin Godzilla, I mean, just like the moment you first see it.
Yeah, and the worst part is, like, the best scene in the movie, you walked out before it started. The best scene in the movie is the midpoint because it is beautiful. I haven't seen, like, destruction so beautifully presented. Like, the Japanese, I don't know if it's because they had nukes dropped on them or what, but their way of portraying total destruction is beautiful. It's poetic. Like, watching Barefoot Genocide, the way they display the atomic bomb going off in Hiroshima, it's visceral. You're watching people get vaporized, but the way that it's presented, it's beautiful. Same with fucking the midpoint of Shin Godzilla. It's like it is utter destruction, but it's beautiful in the way it's portrayed, and it's just like in that moment they make Godzilla like a sympathetic, like, anti-hero almost, and it's incredible. Like, it's a beautiful scene.
Damn. Yeah, I need to acquire that through entirely legal means at some point. Finish it.
Uh-oh.
She down?
Uh-oh.
All right. You keep all right.
Segue us into Kong v Godzilla.
Yeah, so we saw the promo for we saw the promo for Kong v Godzilla, and I had, like, a week before in my podcast mania had heard that Kong Skull Island from 2017 was actually a pretty solid film. I didn't give it the time of day when it came out because I was like, this looks like dog shit. And from what I remember, the trailer did kind of look like dog shit, and the movie was great. The movie had the
movie was fantastic. John C. Reilly.
Yeah, John C. Reilly was really good. I think that John Goodman. I think the way they did characters in that movie was they did it right, as opposed to the unwitting sort of civilians running around, and they make you care about one or two of them because they're A-list actors. Looking at you, Millie Bobby Brown and Bryan Cranston. But this was like, these are people who are now trapped on this island with this thing, and it became more of like a Predator style movie than a kaiju movie. The characters were awesome. The fucking Vietnam era, like, just everything about it was great.
The music. The fact that John C. Reilly was basically just his walk hard character if he went to war instead of started singing rockabilly.
If he was trapped on an island.
It was incredible.
Are we on shuffle?
That was just mute that finished, right?
Yes.
I can pull us back easy. We might be.
Because this is Spark of the Archon, which...
Yeah. We are...
Is Spark of the Archon's second song?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're good.
I very rarely listen to mute, so...
I thought of that. So I thought of this because I was like, what if we wanted to play, like... Because, like, one day I want to do a Ryuichi Sakamoto, like, choice cuts. Like, we do, like, choice cuts episodes where we pick, like...
we
make our own playlist for
that's
artists.
Great. Choice cuts. Choice cuts coming soon. Coming soon. Things to be excited for from the cool-ass Westwood boys.
What the hell is happening?
The cool-ass men. The men of the woods. back to Kong v Godzilla. So we watched Kong Skull Island, enjoyed Kong Skull Island. I still think the way spoilers they killed Cole was awesome and like really heartfelt, and that was Double Nade Boy. Yeah, dude, that like, and the acting from his supporting actor, like, it was really good. It obviously the movie wasn't fucking perfect. It wasn't Scorsese, but it was really good.
It was a good movie. Could have been Scorsese.
Dude, I would love to see Scorsese directing a kaiju movie.
It just takes place in like the ghetto of Chicago.
Takes place in Staten Island. Yeah, so Kong v Godzilla. We watched it on the day it was released on HBO Max. And well, we were kind of immediately disappointed.
I mean, yeah, off the bat. Why the hell was Millie Bobby Brown in that movie?
Yeah, actually, all right,
That
I have to take it back.
seditious
There was 3 minutes of good in the movie opened awesomely. The movie had an
Yes.
awesome opening scene where you just see like Kong waking up and taking a shower in a waterfall, and then realizing that he is trapped in
A Truman Show.
yeah,
type
he
dome.
got Truman domed basically on Skull Island. The U.S. government or I don't know who, some coalition or whatever, basically trapped Kong, and we're studying him. And he finally realizes it, and he chucks a fucking tree through the like TV
After-
ceiling.
After he makes a spear out of it.
After he uproots. He
He's
uproots.
learning.
He Kong's finally evolving. He uproots a tree, rips everything off of it, forms it into a spear, and just chucks it through the ceiling. It's sick. And then we were introduced to two of the main cadre. This small, deaf native child who, it's explained to us later, she's the last of her people after a storm ravaged Skull Island. She can communicate with Kong, and then all the credit for her work is being taken by this arrogant fucking middle-aged bitch.
Who looks like AOC.
She looks like
two.
she looks like uglier white AOC, and then there's
Yeah.
hot short
Yeah,
AOC
there's
who
like-
comes in later.
The director has a type.
The casting person has a type.
The casting person probably was the guy who stole her shoes during the fucking Capitol thing.
You mean Ben Shapiro?
Yeah, Ben Shapiro was the. Did Daily Wire have something to do with this movie,
Possibly.
or was
Look
it Daily
into it.
Mail or Daily Wire?
I'm not sure. Daily something.
Daily
Stormer.
Daily Facts.
The Daily Stormer.
Daily Stormer.
Yeah. So, too many characters. Millie Bobby Brown shows up because she was in. I guess she was in the last one.
Yeah.
Her and her dad. Her dad's like a government agent, and Godzilla saved them, and her mom's dead, and we're supposed to care. And she's supposed to be like some badass punk fucking 11-year-old,
like-
and it's so not convincing because she's not a good actor.
Yeah, I mean
She's good at not acting in Stranger Things
Yeah,
when
she-
she just shaves her head and is mute for
Yeah,
like a full season.
She was playing her character from Stranger Things season 2 when she goes on the like.
Yeah,
She goes to the city and gets
She
into the
reintegrates into society
Yeah.
after never being around anything culture and just trying to figure out what it's like to be a human when her and Max go to the mall and go shopping and shit. That was what she was playing. I mean, down to what she was dressed as. It was pretty sad.
She was basically playing Jimmy Eats World.
Yeah,
She was going for
Jimmy Eat World.
it. Jimmy Eat World.
It's been a
Head
while.
ass.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
Yeah, her best friend
She's right,
was
right.
the chubby firehands from Deadpool, the New Zealand kid, who actually he's a good actor. He delivered the crappy lines that were written
Yeah.
for him as well as he could,
He did his
and
job.
he got a chuckle out of me at one point.
Yeah.
But again, we care about these people, and then finally the lead from Atlanta. I can't remember his name.
The conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Dude,
the guy who worked for Apex.
That was an unnecessary character, man.
It was a mess because certain scenes,
Was
like
he
when he feigned the crazy conspiracy horseshit to get the guy out of his office so he could get into the server mainframe, whatever hacker man shit. That was actually kind of cool because it was a genuine misdirection where we were looking at each other like, is this dude actually this retarded? And part of that was because we hadn't seen enough of him yet
and
to
the
get a
setup.
good sense of and the setup.
Yeah.
But then he sort of like, it was in my opinion a nice flip on the raging Christianity like bullshit that people use in movies to get someone to leave somewhere, where you just go up behind someone, tap them on the shoulder, and start ranting about Jesus till they leave. It was that, but conspiracy.
Yeah.
And
GMOs.
that was okay. Yeah. And then he eats the
GMOs.
apple, and it was like, all right,
Yeah.
whatever. But
Goober.
they team up. These three,
Yeah.
the teenagers and this
Grown-ass
and this
autistic-
podcaster, conspiracy
podcaster.
theorist who's infiltrated like government contracted defense agency essentially.
Why? Why are these teenagers following this? Why is he allowing this to happen?
Millie Bobby Brown got a hold of the script and was like, "This isn't enough like Stranger Things. Teenagers need to be infiltrating government facilities with adults."
Bavac.
Yeah, exactly. But
She was like, "We're just gonna break in. We're just
gonna break in."
She sounds like an alcoholic. We're just gonna fucking do it.
and like
I'm gonna
none
do
of-
it.
I
I'm
do.
gonna break in. I'm gonna
It
fucking
kind
do
of
it.
pissed me off that like none of their stupid decisions were they had to pay the price for. Like in Kong Skull Island, the people who made stupid decisions died. Like that's what happened.
Yeah,
that
pretty
happened
much.
to
Well,
everybody who fucked up.
One person, the good-looking AOC clone, when she stole the fucking energy
Oh
source.
yeah, but she was an
She
evil
go-
villain because she
yeah.
was dressed in all black,
Yeah,
and
that's
like
true.
they had
That was-
to they
yeah.
had to have a human antagonist and kill off the human
That's true.
antagonist to make sure that the people who watched the movie got to say, "Oh, there goes the bad guy."
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah,
And I like how they made the connection between her being like the main guy's like daughter.
yeah.
They said it once in dialogue, and that was the connection. There was
I
no
mean,
scene of
yeah,
them.
he just introduced her
He
basically.
was like, my daughter.
Yeah.
will get what I need.
Yeah, and
It's like,
she's
wait.
just like, yeah, I'm a badass.
Okay,
And then
well-
those are pretty much like the only two people in the movie to die.
But they don't even like. But
And they're
I'm
just the
saying that
bad
they don't-
people.
They don't even set up their relationship. Properly.
No, they don't at all. It's just like, this is my
So-
badass business woman daughter who goes out and does things for me because,
What a mess.
whatever. They did take a whole bunch of weird tropes and just sort of shove them in
Well,
where
I
they
mean,
didn't necessarily belong
think
to
about-
make characters fit and create relationships.
I mean, this is another comparison between this movie and Kong Skull Island. Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson in Kong Skull Island. They were there just to be the big action hero names of the fucking year.
that's true.
And they
Yeah.
were mitigated to a point where they barely had
Dude,
anything to
that's
do with
so
the story.
crazy. I forgot they were in that
That's
movie.
what I'm saying. Like the
And-
director saw that he had to have these two fucking shit stains in this movie. Excuse me.
All right, right one in is the British tracker, and the other
Exactly.
one is the stupid American
That's what I'm saying.
biologist. Just they'll tag along; it'll be
Yeah.
fine. This is a Vietnam movie
I-
about King Kong.
I guarantee their contract stipulated they needed to be in a certain amount of scenes, and he shoehorned in these scenes in the fastest, least like impactful way possible.
I will say my favorite
Like-
my favorite visual part of that movie didn't even have Kong on the screen though. My favorite thing about Kong Skull Island visually was the scene of Tom Hiddleston cutting through the dinosaurs with the fucking the World War II era Japanese sword in the green smoke with the mask on. Like the way they filmed that was unironically fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm an action I am kind of an action movie loser. Like I enjoy that shit, and that was I enjoyed that.
No, yeah.
However, that is the only thing I remember about either of them doing the entire movie.
Like,
I
what-
think Brie Larson shot a flare gun.
Yeah, like what? Yeah, exactly. Like what did she do? She didn't do anything except like be on screen and have her name attached to the movie to draw people to it.
There was one great scene where I think she multiple people had tried to reason with Sam Jackson to not do something, and then she was like the third person to be like, "You can't do this," and he was just like it was set up to almost be like this is where the woman finally figures out how to get through the man, and he just looked at her and he was like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch." Like that was the one, and I really think the director, who I like the director of that movie a lot. I remember I
who
looked
was
him up
that?
and I'd never heard him before. It was like something Jordan Vaught, VOGT, and. I think he was really doing exactly what you were talking about. Like he put them in the movie where he had to, and
he
then
had to.
just played around it because he wanted it to be a Vietnam movie with King Kong. And it, for a lot of it, it was, dude.
Oh yeah. I feel like
That first tree coming up through like the helicopter shot, where we've spent more time talking about Kong Skull Island than we have Godzilla versus
I mean,
Kong.
shit, it all pays. I mean, we also don't want. It's a new movie, so we don't want to spoil the big like twists and shit.
That's true.
We don't want to spoil the.
True. We've only talked about like stuff that happens within the
Yeah.
first 10, 15 minutes. And you're watching it for the fights anyway.
Yeah. We don't want to fucking we don't want to spoil the fact that there's a fucking what's that robot competition? Like, you know the tiny, like, the robots, like the death bots? What was that called?
Robo Wars?
Yeah,
or yeah, I think it's Robot Wars.
We don't want to spoil the Robot Wars crossover.
The
in this
wedge
one.
is coming, dude.
Dude, yeah. Wait, what was Adam Savage had like a fucking like Mike Tyson of robots in that went undefeated.
Was it Adam Savage or was it Jamie?
No, it was Jamie.
I think it was Jamie Heineman who had
One of them, yeah.
Jamie Hyman Man who had the who had the fucking murder spree robot.
Yeah, that just disgusting robot.
I love that show. Mythbusters was a huge part of my childhood.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch, if you're like around our age, like early 20s, and didn't watch Discovery Channel, like the good shit, get the fuck out of here. Dirty Jobs,
Canada's worst driver.
Canada's Worst Drivers.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah, dude.
God
it was literally
damn,
a
dude.
reality show just showing all these awful drivers failing at a driving school. And there's just a bunch of fucking Canucks. They're like, oh, hello, I'm bad at driving, eh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Eh?
Don't you know?
I could not hit a cone. Eh? I'm sorry.
It's like,
That's
it's
fucking
ridiculous.
hilarious. That's what
There's, like,
passes for Canadian entertainment. That's so goddamn funny.
Canada's worst driver, Canada's worst home improver, Canada's worst.
It was just a series of, because I'm pretty sure we have like America's Best.
Yeah,
like
it's
we
all
have like
America's Best.
HGTV, like America's Best Home Decorator.
Meanwhile, Canada's like, look at these fucking idiots.
Oh,
Look at these fucking idiots.
Look at this boo-side moron, eh?
So good.
That's fucking fun, dude. But yeah, so I would say Godzilla v Kong, the fights were, I mean, there were some solid moments. Like, there were, at one point, we were like, I remember I
Actual
said,
UFC
oh shit, he's
moves.
got him up against the fence. Knee to the body. Knee to the body. Because
Yeah.
they, like, it literally
Actual
did look
UFC.
like they had fucking Francis Ngannou mocapping for both of these guys, just throwing wild haymakers at one point. Just like massive UFC fighters in green suits mocapping kaijus. That's the movie I want to see.
Yeah.
Shout out to Francis Ngannou, by the way, new UFC heavyweight
shout out to
champion.
King Kong.
Shout out.
Dude, you were like that close. If you were like,
And then I didn't, and then you did. Icarus flew too close to the sun. His brother, Ichius, flew directly into it.
Icarus flew too close to sun.
Icarus?
Serious. And
No, not licorice. Icarus.
and Asian hate. I watched Minari. So
I will not stand for hate against my AAPI brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
It is
I watched
unfounded.
Minari. I understand
Unacceptable.
the Asian struggle.
Intolerable.
Fucking, I understand the. I watched Naruto. I understand the Asian struggle.
You wanna know what's funny? Bo and Yang, you saw the Bo and Yang SNL thing, right?
No.
The Asian cast member and very gay man Bo and Yang went out during Weekend Update. I think it was last week, and just gave like a 2.5 minute sort of spiel about Asian hate because, I mean, I don't know, SNL is not jokes anymore, but like it wasn't even trying to be jokes. It was sort of like, this is,
A real thing.
well, it actually,
Oh,
I
no.
take that back. It was trying to be jokey, but the jokes were so incredibly hack that it came off like a PBS NewsHour, like, here's our local 14-year-old comedy to introduce some new topics for you. Like, it just felt so weird and badly written and contrived, and I just, God, he made a Minari joke is what I was going to get at.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I think
Oh,
he
no.
said, like, you cried while watching Minari, but I was sobbing into my boner for some actor I can't remember the name of. It was
Bro,
like,
that is fucking terrible.
it's a
Dude.
little silly. SNL's just a little silly.
That's
Just a little silly.
Nah, SNL is not even saturated.
Lymph nodes.
Yeah. SNL, man.
I don't know why I brought it up. It's just
It's
it's a sour thing to speak of.
It's
But-
like I don't know, man. It's just priming you. Like, get ready. It's just End Asian hate's just priming you for something that. This is priming you. This is priming people to feel bad.
It's Optimus priming us.
It's just priming people to feel bad when they start realizing things about Chinese governments and Chinese corporations.
I mean, everyone knows the CCP is terroristic. Like,
yeah, but I mean,
think
I don't think a lot of people want to fucking like mention or do anything about it though. So it's like this is just further gonna make it more difficult. Like this is just gonna further the difficult, like make it more difficult. You know?
Yeah, I get that. I understand that.
It's like adding race issues on top of police reform debate.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's sort of it's this weird thing of like the End Asian hate did just sort of come out of nowhere, and if it was really warranted, or if they really were trying to, like, wouldn't it have been a year ago when like all the people were actually like yelling China virus and Wu flu at Asian people, and like people were being way more harassment oriented and shit like that back then when this all started.
Dude.
And now it's sort of like everybody's just on the same page. It's like Mark Norman has that great joke about COVID's like the fucking check engine light. Eventually you just got to get to work. But it's fucking contrived. It's like, it's weird.
All I'm saying is my Cuban sandwich got delivered by a guy named Quang, and I threw it in the trash.
It's fair.
That's all I'm saying.
He definitely peed in your Coke.
He peed my Coke. He make pee-pee in my Coke.
Indeed, that is. Therein lies the joke.
He named Quang. He make pee-pee in my Coke.
There we go. Yeah, so I think Godzilla V Kong is probably like a 4 out of 10. To just cap off that conversation.
Yeah, probably 4 out of 10.
The fights weren't bad. The CGI was good, but I mean the characters were just annoying.
Yeah.
Just having that many fucking people we're supposed to give a shit about.
That's why Shin Godzilla was good. It had a lot of characters,
but you're not supposed to care about
any
of
them. They were like,
them.
There were characters that if you resonated with them, cool. If not, don't give a shit because it's not about them.
Yeah.
It's like the what mattered wasn't the character. What mattered was their response to Godzilla.
Yeah,
That's what mattered.
The characters were each representations of different cogs in a larger machine that the director was trying to portray.
Yeah, it was great.
And he did a fucking great job.
Yeah, he did a good job of showing just how inept modern bureaucracy is, and just how bloated modern bureaucracy can be, and how, like, you know, we're not equipped for fast responses to real world issues nowadays. Like, you know, stuff happens so fast that our modern systems aren't capable of responding within a reasonable amount of time.
Because we have so many different pieces that need to move. Exactly. It's like one of those puzzles where there's one piece missing, like the self-contained puzzle in a frame where there's one piece moving and you have to move them all around to get it to fit. Mm. That's like moving the bureaucratic pieces to respond to an emergency or an event. It really does feel like there's so many different departments and different agencies and different people involved that need to be notified, and the chain of command is so lengthy and goes so far horizontal nowadays that everyone needs to know. It's weird. It brings me back to that, and this is something I was thinking about a lot. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good, dude.
The Jake Tran video we watched about the mechanics of assassination,
yep,
and sort of the moral question of whether or not extrajudicial killings are a better way to enact change than boots on the ground warfare. And like on its face, it does. You're at least for me, you think about assassinations, you're like, that's horrible, we shouldn't be doing that. And then the more you think about it, it's like, well, how also horrible is it to send tens of thousands of young American men to a totally foreign country to invade someone else's home, and God knows what happens, and all of the mental anguish that's going to be brought down on so many people. And that was sort of the argument he was getting at. Like, there are trained professionals who were Green Berets, special forces of some kind, Delta, whatever, who then go on to these private military contractors who the government works with to sort of take out individual targets without having all this collateral damage and massive expenditures and, you know, the human cost as well. It seems silly to talk about the amount of money saved when it's also just lives and the psyche of individuals. Assassination's a strange, fucking fascinating topic, but just sort of seems like there's less links in that chain to move, and it moves a lot faster.
Yeah.
With I mean, respect to what we were talking about in response times and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think it was less like the like, I think it's more to do with like the interdepartment, like, connections, and more how bloated, like, how each department needs its own like chain of command, and then, you know, you can't talk to this person from that department because you're not that, you know, you have to. It was more about highlighting how bloated the different departments were. I don't know where assassination.
No, it has absolutely not. They're different. I was just sort of drawing the connection between, I guess, acting faster with a smaller vertical team. Like,
that's a lot fast. Yeah,
that's sort of what I was relating to. Because, like, for example, if you have a department, because that was one of the biggest problems, it seemed like, with the bureaucratic movement in that movie, was that they had to get clearance and permission from multiple different departments, and there was no precedent for certain things.
There was the shot where literally you see the same message just being telephoned along the table.
Yeah.
There was like, it starts with like this like lower military guy, then it works his way down to a higher military guy, then the general, and then like the fucking like Department of Defense lady, and then it gets to the prime minister, and it's like he's heard the message 5 times, but he's waiting for it to get down the chain of command.
Exactly, and
it's like,
that's what got me thinking about, like, all right, if there's some, like, God forbid, there's some sort of terrorist cell or something like that that needs to be acted on very quickly, and then the intelligence needs to be moved from the data analyst at the CIA to their, like, director, to the senior director, to the Department of Defense person who speaks to the office of the president, who speaks directly to the president, and then the message moves back down. If there's something where, like, that, like, somewhere along that line it transfers directly to the president, and the president directly speaks to someone who can send direct action via a kill squad or fucking whatever. Like, I don't know how I really got on this topic, but just thinking about the bureaucratic movements of everything and the different pieces that are involved.
No, yeah, I mean, it's like the difference between like a bloated corporation and a normal company, and like a smaller company.
Yeah.
Is it's I don't know.
Yeah, like, I can't get change enacted where I work.
It was very patriotic. It was Japanese patriotism to the 11th degree. I loved it. It was Hideaki Anno is the patriot of Japan. He really is, dude. Shin Godzilla was a very national pride, like, you know. Mm-hmm. It very much had the national pride. Like, there was one shot where, like, it was either the prime minister or something, and there was just like a Japanese flag in the background, and he's just like, I have hope for my country yet. And it's
that's Japan, dude. They love the Nippon. They love it.
No, yeah, but that's what you need when you got, you know, your national identity being threatened by international investment like the Japanese do.
Yeah, there's a level of that.
Because I mean, there's a level.
People need to keep their culture on the ground level because.
Well, yeah, because think about how much Japanese art is going to change, now that they know, and now that they have an easy outlet to the Western market. Now that they know the Western market is like 10 times as profitable as the domestic market.
Well, they've known that for some years.
Yeah,
now,
but
right?
it's been way more xenophobic. It's always been much more xenophobic. It's always been much more contained to, you want to buy a Blu-ray of an anime. You have to buy it from like a Japanese retailer, or you're going to pay exorbitant fees.
And so what happened? Did the Japanese government lighten up restrictions and regulations on
the Japanese government and Japanese copyright was always been very difficult for international people to break into. Mm-hmm. And now something changed, like global investment. I don't know who invested in the NHK. I forget. Oh, the Saudi prince invested in the NHK right around the time when a lot of anime OSTs got on Spotify, like Cowboy Bebop and all that. It's that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. They just got pump and dumped full of this fucking outside investment, and that's all it took.
Yeah, and that can be seriously threatening to the quality of media that comes out of a certain place, especially somewhere like Japan that's very ethnocentric.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at the look at anime that's come out in the last 6 years, and not even last 10 years, Anime that's come out in the last 10 years compared to anime that came out before it, totally different. Totally fucking different.
That would be something you would know more
way
about
more
than
by
I.
the numbers. The last 10 years of anime have been way more by the numbers. Prior to 2008, there was a bit of an anime industry collapse. Like, the entire economy in the anime industry, like, went still. It was, like, stillborn at that point. That's where you see a lot of the changes between 24-episode animes to 12-episode animes for budget. And this is also where you start to see anime become much more formulaic, much more by the numbers. Like, you have, like, the older woman with the big tits who's matronly, and you have, like, the
Nice.
or you have like the young male character who's kind of like fucking he might be 18, but he's like he's like sexually like arrested developed, you know what I mean? Like
He's more
like
childish.
awkward, he's more childish.
He hasn't gone through
Yeah.
the like steps of
he's more childish.
even a young
he's like
adult.
a man child.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's way more by the numbers. Like, there's neats. Like, it's more.
Well, yeah, because if you think, I mean,
Like, look
not
at
to- not to
ReZero. Like SAO started like the whole like trapped in a video game phase.
Mhm.
It's everywhere now.
Yeah.
It's like Sword Art Online.
I mean, you also, and this might be sort of the downward spiral, but if the anime industry thinks that their target audience or the audience that they're primarily hitting is like young men in their like 15 to 30
Which-
range
yeah,
who
no, it
are
makes
kind of
sense.
like arrested or stunted, they
No.
want to create like a
No,
protagonist.
absolutely.
Yeah, but that feeds into more people feeling like it's okay to have
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sort of stunted, arrested
But it's
development
not.
and remain a child for longer than is actually.
Yeah, but I
know,
mean, it's
think-
less about the social impact and more about the artistic impact.
No,
of
I
it just being
I get that. I'm
crunched by the numbers.
But
and not
but that's
by-
what I'm saying. Like once they start crunching those numbers
The
and start
artistic
creating
crucible.
protagonists directly to appeal to their audience or whoever they want their audience to be, whoever they think it is, it obviously impacts the quality of the art.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing is like, the other thing I liked about Hideaki Anno's fucking Shin Godzilla is that the young people are completely portrayed. They're not neats. The young characters
Yeah,
in
the
that show are
young
not
rebel
neats.
group. Of,
They're very, very proactive. Like they're nerdy. They're even self-proclaimed nerds.
They were
but,
badass though.
But they had their shit together, and it's like, I feel like the Japanese government's like, we need to have that kind of imagery depicted in our fucking media, or we're gonna collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Because like they're at a declining birth rate. There's declining birth rates, increasing suicide rates. Their young people are just not fucking. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
they need to change course, and I think
They're like the U.S. but further along.
yeah, it's
Because all those apply to the U.S. in
Yeah.
smaller degrees.
yeah. But on their side, it's more about just disenfranchisement via comfort. And I think here it's more disenfranchisement by abundance. Like, look at Tinder. Like, Tinder's not used in Japan. But I would say
True.
Tinder's one of the main... Like, Tinder and online dating is one of the main reasons why it's like that in the U.S. now.
Why human connection's so devalued?
I think it's the same problem being,
Yeah.
like, created by different issues. Like,
And this is
lack and overabundance.
This is a weird, probably a shitty thing to equate relationships to, but like if you go to a restaurant and they have 4 different hamburgers and it's like, all right, well, I'll take this one because this one looks the best out of these 4 and I'm going to be happy with it.
Yeah.
But then if you go to a restaurant and they have 10,000 hamburgers, it's going to take you like an hour to figure out which one you want. Because you're going to have constant fear of like, this one might not be as good as that one, or like this one might taste better, like fucking whatever it is. I feel like if you have the ability to swipe through a near infinite number of individuals close to you and take your pick of who you want, like, you know, you're going to be overly picky and probably not find a genuine connection with someone who you actually mesh with. You're probably just going to base it off of their fucking picture or whatever, because it's another big thing. If you're not meeting people in person, you don't know what their voice sounds like. You don't know how they talk. You don't know what their interests are. Like, you just see
Don't
a
worry, you
picture.
can FaceTime them in the Tinder app now.
Is that a real thing?
Yep.
Oh my god. That's freaky.
because there's no hiding that damn shit. But yeah. No, yeah, it's freaky deaky. You can FaceTime people on Tinder now.
That's wild.
Tinder's a cesspit. I'm deleting that shit. I don't even need to get into that shit.
Yeah, man. We both got our.
It's shitty to say on camera. I'm not gonna get into it, but like
we both got our horror stories.
maybe in a couple of years.
Yeah. Once there's some distance
Yeah, a
between.
little bit of distance.
Distance.
A little distance.
Sun's starting to move a little.
Yeah, I'm not as worried for the camera now.
Yeah, getting some shade.
Yeah, it's
Red light's still on.
It's a good thing you can see that. I'm blind as shit.
Indeed, I can. Lucky me. I don't think I've ever been in this pool.
I've been in it like 6 times. I don't like pools.
Yeah, I'm not much of a pool person myself. I gotta be drunk to want to be in a pool.
I've also been extremely fat since living here, so going in a pool is not my forte.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I remember. I remember the feel.
Yeah, dude.
Just sucks.
Lard ass.
You're not a lard ass.
Not anymore.
I don't think you were ever as big as you think you were.
Eh.
Granted, I wasn't you, and I think just watching you shrink over time, I don't realize it.
Yeah.
But we're looking at some pictures.
Yeah, no, that was fucking heffa.
Dude, I mean, if you go back, I never deleted anything off my Facebook. So my Facebook has years and years of evidence of my cringy marshmallow-looking ass.
Now I'm after fucking Bert Kreischer. Now I'm coming for
He's
Bert
coming.
Kreischer.
He's coming.
I'm coming for Bert Kreischer. I'm getting in shape.
About to crack the mitts on your ass, Bert.
Yep. Crack the mitts. I'm gonna shit in a bucket and crack the mitts.
Big old bucket of shit.
Big old bucket of shit.
This is the mashit story.
The machine. Yeah, I'm the machine, but for other reasons.
The fecal machine.
I steal people's oxygen with my shit stank. It's my shit stank is so toxic. It's like
Creates
a heavy gas.
Creates
It's
a
like
vortex, like
Yeah.
an oxygen stealing vortex.
no. It's like it replaces the oxygen in the air like argon.
Oh God.
Yeah, dude. That's how stanky my shit is. Organic shit.
It's a very good thing we have separate bathrooms.
Organic shit.
Organic shit is actually a great fucking that's a great metalcore band name.
Organic shit. Opening up for anal cunt. Organic shit.
Organic shit.
Oh fucking
I believe we are on the final song of this album.
No shit.
It's a 7-song album, but
That-
half the songs are 7 minutes or more.
Let me peep that, cause this flew. This recording
I
flew.
will surrender.
Chromatic aberration. Yeah, it's the last one. We got 5 minutes left.
I will become
No singing on the podcast.
what
I'm gonna throw
Fuck.
some at you. No
All
singing on the podcast.
That's fair.
No singing on the podcast.
That's fair. If I'm listening to something I like, I just naturally sing it.
No, I know, but no singing on the podcast. We can't do singing on the podcast.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. It hurts. I know I'm not a good singer.
No, it's not even that. It's not even being good or bad singers. Just no fucking. No
I
singing
know
on
it
the
could also
podcast.
create audio problems if we don't properly capture the audio and we have to interlace it in the background.
Or
Syncing that could be annoying.
Or worse, it doesn't pick it up and you have to overdub it later. And you're just in the studio in your own head going, fuck.
I'm in the stew singing over myself, singing over someone else.
Yeah.
Bobby D's covers of covers.
That's like a Rush album. Covers of covers.
I'm
Moving
envisioning
pictures.
I'm envisioning a plastic sheet covering the bed, covering the covers on a bed. Covers of covers.
Covers of covers. Frank Zappa's got covers on covers.
True. We gotta get a Zappa album. I think Zappa might be a good one to do the choice cuts. He might. It would be like an hour. We could do multiple volumes of Zappa choice cuts probably, even with just different recordings, different live recordings.
I feel like we could do.
Would you want to do like live in Barcelona, the full thing, or
that's
like?
A 2 hour.
It's 2 hours.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 hours. Yeah. Hold up. I know that.
Yeah, if you don't listen to Frank Zappa, please just go back and do yourself a favor. It took me a minute to get into it, but this dude played it so much that eventually I just started to like it. It's great music.
Listen to Zappa live in New York City. That's the one I'm trying to see how long it is. Zappa in New York live.
Zappa live.
It's an hour 42. Son of a bitch.
Zappa live.
Anyway, I'll find a live album that's
we'll find
around
one.
an hour. It's fucking good.
And as we move forward with our experience in front of this camera, behind these mics, who knows?
Yeah.
We might do live in Barcelona. Full 2 hours.
Oh yeah, well I mean like if this gets wheels, we're doing a Halloween charity stream of
True. The 8
Frank
hour
Zappa,
Halloween live show.
88 81. Zappa Halloween 81.
That's true. Tell your friends if you guys
hours.
if you guys want to make us feel special and also raise some money for charity, we do want to get this Halloween stream happening. So we're only like what 6 months? 6 months away from it.
Yeah, we gotta start planning.
We got time for hype.
We gotta plan that because that's 8.5 hours.
Yeah. Share us.
That's gonna be a
Share
plan.
us on Twitter. Share us on Instagram. Share us on MySpace. Share us on Farmers Only.
Farmers Only. Farmers.
Share us on Tinder. The next Tinder match you get, just link her this podcast on iTunes.
Yeah. Tell your bitch.
Listen to this.
Also, check out the Pudenda crops.
Yeah, check out our YouTube channel. We're gonna put if you're on our YouTube channel. Go
if you're already
click
on the YouTube channel.
click on Joe
Good
Campbell's
shit.
lovely face. Maybe click subscribe if you like what our voices sound like and what our faces look like.
But if you're on iTunes or Spotify.
Yeah, if you're on iTunes or Spotify, we're gonna link our YouTube channel in the description because it's so small you wouldn't be able to find it unless you would be searching for a needle in a needle stack.
We got 13 subscribers.
We got 13 subs, baby boy, and only one of them is me.
Hey, really?
Yeah.
Wait, you actually subscribed to us?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Only one of them is me.
Oh no. We only have 12 subscribers.
Yeah, but that was like one of the first ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't count.
It was it was eons ago.
When we get 100 subs, you'll unsubscribe.
Yeah, I'll unsubscribe now. Fuck it.
Nah.
No, true. Once we get 101.
No.
Once we get 101.
Yeah, once we get 101, we'll unsubscribe from ourselves.
It's the Ouroboros self-suck all over again.
Yeah, dude. Oh no, not the astrologer. Yeah, dude. We also gotta fucking find a movie to watch for Watch Shit Lose It.
Yeah, we're starting another series.
Yeah,
Watch Shit Lose It. First episode is up on the YouTube where we're gonna
pin
watch
this shit
old
down.
out of copyright garbage.
Yeah.
And the first one we decided because we're pretty hot whole time. We decided to upload the full movie watch along. But I
and
think
also
because
it's not out there a lot.
True.
The astrologer isn't uploaded.
The astrologer is
that
not a
often.
movie you would see. And if we cut a minute out of it, the rest of the movie wouldn't make any sense.
I mean, yeah, and that's saying something considering this movie in and of itself doesn't make any fucking sense.
0 sense.
It's so goddamn stupid.
It's terrible, but watch it. Watch our version of
But
it.
watch the one with us in the middle. It's
Yeah.
like imagine Mystery Science Theater if Mystery Science Theater took the camera and went whoop, so it was facing them, and there was a green screen behind them, and the movie was behind them instead of in front of. Yeah, it's like that, except
Except it's literally that.
it's pretty much.
But we're not robots.
Yeah, we don't have the budget for that kind of bullshit.
That'd
And
be
we
kinda
also don't
sick.
have the fucking Leech King of comedy, Patton Oswalt, fucking co-starring in it.
The Leech.
Dude, he is in everything, and he's done nothing but be a nerd character actor.
Someone's got to do it.
He was in Reno 911, even.
When was he in Reno?
He was the D&D nerd who just kept like.
Yeah,
getting
he was. I
trashed
forgot.
and,
I forgot. But
groping
he was
chicks.
great in that role.
That's the only. It's like,
That was
that was his
can't-
Harvey Birdman.
I can't like. I can't shit on the dude. I'll shit on his comedy because I watched his comedy and it's really, really not good. At
Dude,
least anything he's made recently. I've heard from comics that his old stuff is not bad, but
That's a swan song.
yeah,
Like
no,
Stephen
his,
Colbert's was Harvey Birdman.
But the Colbert Report was good for a while. It used to take the Colbert Report and the Daily Show both used to stand just middle of the aisle and fuck up everybody, and it was decent for a while. And then things fell apart, as we all know. But
of course.
Yeah, I know what you mean with Patton Oswalt's magnum opus.
I'm gonna get a
being-
thick zoom shot, bro.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt's magnum opus being the D&D nerd on Reno 911. No boat goofing. Don't mind me. Just no boat goofing. So that was the album. I'm gonna pause it, and that's us. This has been the Cool Ass Podcast.
It
He's
has
zooming
been
in
the
on me
Cool
right
Ass
now.
Podcast, and I'm doing a bad job of zooming in.
He's trying. I think
This
said
is
he's
a
doing
manual
bad job
zoom.
of zooming in.
Whoop!
We're just talking over each other now.
All right, peace.
Later.
How do I stop recording this?
Up.
Up?
Wait, stop recording what?
The camera.